Hey, this is a walkthrough of our Valgero castle base. So this was one of the largest projects I ever did, and all of the building was done in survival, and it did not have any type of cheat codes or anything like that, so it was definitely a rather large build. Even then, we never really quite finished it. All the cosmetic stuff that we wanted to do never really quite materialized because everybody kind of stopped playing. So we did end up having the eco mods installed. So the eco mods, as you can see, we kind of used some of their locked tier. The reason why we did these is because we wanted to do kind of some of the fun stuff that you can do with these guys. Noble didn't quite like the open grassy plain, so we did this, and we were going to make a courtyard, which didn't quite turn out. As you can see, there's walls that go around the entire thing, and then you have each of these turrets. Each of these turrets have their own little rooms to them as well. So each of the rooms are going to have a different purpose. Like that one back there with the door on it is actually our breeding room. So that's where we ended up doing our breeding at this base. This is the main building right here, which was actually a design of Noble's that I ended up working with him on, but made him a nice little garden out here with fish. So why not? You know, you can, why don't you? Open this guy up. So of course, you gotta have a Giga. Yeah, talking about you. So this was the inside of it, so we ended up kind of doing some design considerations, specifically largely around getting this guy parked in here. But also when it came to just being able to park dinosaurs in general in here. It is multi-floored, which is kind of nice, so we have, you know, a lot of the smaller ones here. On here we have a lot of our Rexes, so as you can see we were preparing for boss fights. Lucky color combination right there, to say the least. Pretty sweet looking Rexes. As we go up, this is the flyer floor, so Noble actually wanted this floor completely open. I was opposed to it because of how many Argentavis are out here and just fly into the base, but believe it or not, we've actually had zero problems with it, which has made it really nice in trying to get stuff in and out of this floor. And then up here on the top floor, this is the residential floor. So up here, as you can see, we this was one of the areas where we actually did end up doing some of the cosmetic stuff that we wanted. So we'll actually just go ahead and dip into Noble's room here, because he spent the most time out here. So you can see he's got this nice little stuff he's showing off here. Got a little table there. He's got some nice carpeting going here. Oh, hey, ooh, we gotta be quiet. Don't want to wake him up. But just really kind of a cool. I want to make these rooms kind of feel like more open air, and I wanted to make sure that like you had plenty of lighting and plenty of room to put stuff. And the tower was pretty tight. I want to make these rooms a little larger, so you know, in the example of Noble's room, you had plenty of room to show stuff off. Each of them have their own little balconies too, so you can come out onto a little balcony. It looks out into this area, and then we have our garden area over here. So this was kind of our clever little way of actually getting garden plots actually incorporated into the structure to make it kind of natural. So we had this little garden area. This is actually the eco like shag carpeting. Yeah, it's a shag rug. So I painted it green to make it look like grass. It actually turned out perfectly. This area is really cool at night too. With all the lighting and all the mood that's going on in here. It's really cool. So we'll just head over here. Is Tweety at a saddle? Sweet, Tweety at a saddle. As you can see, you got a handful of rooms here. All of them have these really nice large glass roofs to them. Just kind of fly up in the air a little bit. You can see this was a rather large undertaking to do. a lot of props to Noble for a lot of the stone that he went and harvested to help me move along with this project. Another issue, since this is way up here, getting water would have required a rather long pipe run. So what we ended up doing is back here, we actually have this really cool little water collection system. So it's just a whole bunch of tanks all tied together, so when it rains, it actually fills up all of these tanks. And this works. Just took a drink right there. So all these tanks back here capture all that water that comes in during rainstorms through here, and then that's actually what waters the entire base. I was going to put stairs here and I didn't. There we go. Like I do normally with my builds, I like to hide power. So down here, it's got a little power room. Power actually loops the entire circumference of the base along with water. So pretty much any room that you would want to build onto along this wall would actually be powered. And then the entire wall is actually double walled. A lot of gigas and alphas and other stuff out here, so we want to make sure that we were extra secure. Back out to the main courtyard out here. I'll go grab this guy again. So the original plan, as you can see, caught in the wall or something. The original plan was each of these turrets here, we're going to have like little towers on them for overlooks and whatnot. I did end up doing some of the work on this room up here, the gate room, which is really kind of cool. It overlooks the front area right here, so you can actually see right out. Kind of have a little back area too, so you can kind of look out over the courtyard. We were actually going to build houses around in here as well, on top of it, so we were going to have our own like little village on the inside of here. Obviously leave the main drag right here open for people to, you know, I don't know, bring gigas and stuff through. But the houses, the neighborhood, all of that never really, again, got materialized since everybody stepped away from the game. And then all these towers and everything were going to be various types of storage and whatnot. But again, not quite, didn't quite materialize, regrettably. But real big build. It was actually very, very time consuming. Still had quite a bit of fun with it. You know, it got a whole heck of a lot of use, especially this breeding room right here. Got a ton of use out of this room. But yeah, just a good base for people to work in out of, going into work and just having a good time hanging out. So there you go.